High Templar, oh, running out, going to try to be free. Archons moving up now. Large grouping of Archons. Beautiful Archons. Love seeing them, and they just absolutely melt Zerglings. And there's those cannons in position. It looks like they're going to just sit and deny. Let's see if he finally... I want to see him elevator some troops out there. It's not like he doesn't have the spare robotics facility or even the spare shuttles to do it, but it looks like the plan for Shine is just to gather up enough gas to get some Ultralisks. But even if he gets Ultralisks, keep in mind those Reavers are just waiting. I mean, he can go ahead and do that. The Archon's sitting there, and those Reavers to the north, plus all the High Templar and the Psystorm, I don't think that the Swarm plus the Reavers is going to, or plus the Ultras is going to be enough. Gathering in here, and this is actually, I think, a suicide attack for Shine. Moving back, he's going to run headlong into a ton of Psystorm and a lot of Archons. And it looks like some Zealots a little bit caught at the secondary, going to start pushing down there. Keep in mind, there aren't any... Okay, there are 2 Reavers to the north, so even if he manages to breach there, he's not going to be able to get a lot else done. And it looks like he went up for a secondary attack, and he's pushing up there to kill cannons. He's not really getting all that else. Looks like actually he is going to be able to get the Nexus. So maybe actually there weren't Reavers at that location. So just as I say, oh yeah, this is impenetrable, he's not going to be able to accomplish anything. Able to go out and take the 3 o'clock base. Some Zealots now coming out. They should be able to easily handle the rest of these troops with some Archons, with some Psystorm. It looks like Shine feeling like this is his one opportunity. Oh! And the drones now getting hit by that cannon. Denied. Might be able to take that Nexus to the top right, but that's just 4 pylons. 400 minerals. Shouldn't be too devastating. Finally, some Reavers coming out, and it looks like the Reavers being loaded up on the shuttles, so might see something crazy here. He's actually going to try to come and swing around. Those 2 cannons still doing damage, and there's the elevator finally to take out that base and reclaim it. I think he could have done that a lot earlier, because I think he can hold that. And now the Reavers running forward, getting some plague off, but Shine with that, wow, with all of his troops pinned to that top right-hand corner, with all the drones that have been absolutely reduced, decimated, killed summarily, one by one. He's just not going to have enough troops out here in the middle maybe to fight this back. It looks like he is going to be able to get some more troops back here, but they're just getting Psystormed left and right. Does manage to take out that shuttle, and that was absolutely huge. So never mind, Violet going to have to back off, but able to stop that 9 o'clock base. And I'm kind of wondering how Shine's doing economically. He is a Zerg. And honestly, if this was Terran versus Protoss, the Terran would have lost a long time ago. If this was Protoss versus Protoss, the Protoss would have lost a long time ago. But Zerg, they can sit on resources forever. Absolutely for just ridiculous amounts of time. So it looks like, look out, get out of there. Does manage to sneak out. But really, yeah, I mean, Zerg, I don't know. They can just last a really long time. And Violet, I don't know that he has... he's going to have to rebuild an attack force to venture back out, but it almost feels like it's almost a stalemate at this stage. Looks like some troops are going to the north, so 2-pronged attack, 1 at the 9 o'clock to try to reclaim that, even though there's cannons to the north that he can't do anything about. In the meantime, going to be able to plague some Reavers, but losing the rest of that attack force. And it looks like able to take out a cannon in turn. So able to take out 1 cannon and losing most of a control group and plaguing some Reavers otherwise. So I'm not sure that that was really worthwhile. That really is the nut I think he wants to crack right there, is that 3 o'clock base, though. If he can stop that, then Violet is no longer mining, essentially. But really, I gotta assume, okay, Shine's main has to be out. Okay, bottom left-hand corner out, 3 o'clock out. He's only mining at the 9 o'clock. So really he has to take that northern 9 o'clock base to stay in this match. Otherwise, Violet is really just going to be able to sit back and just pick them off piece by piece through little Reaver, completely different units, through little Reaver forays, little storm drops, and you can see it looks like after losing 70 some odd, whoa, Queens! Wow, okay, we're going to see Queens, which are actually extremely effective late game, because you can almost think of them like science vessels. So first of all, able to parasite, which is going to be very effective, but also keep in mind Broodling. So essentially what this is actually, I like this maneuver. Yeah, think of them like science vessels. They can just run up, they can kill units, they can pick units off. And what Violet needs to do right now, actually, is get some Corsairs up in the air to deal with that. If he doesn't get a sizable Corsair force to work with this, I really could see the match shifting right back. If he's just going to sit back and kind of try to defend this and try to win this just by staying back at this stage, and going to end up getting plagued again. because he can able to load the Reavers back up very rapidly, though, getting a Hydralisk with the Psystorm, not able to get much else. But yeah, the Queens can just continually run up, pick off units, fall back, run up, pick off units, fall back, and essentially, yeah, just like irradiate, be cost effective that way. And it looks like that's what they're trying to build up right now. So, losing a lot of Hydralisks though, and honestly, I don't think those Queens are going to be enough to stop. He's got, I'm not even sure how many units he has out in the field here. I don't think he has enough units out in the field to really deal with anything. So it looks like the Queens are going to be a solution to the Reavers. Okay, able to take out that. But honestly, if Violet gets just a sizable attack force out, okay, now running up, wanted to go pick him off there, thinking different about it. I know he saw the Queen there. I know he saw that Queen. A Parasite has range, but I think he's got to know that they're out. They're out there somewhere. Another Psystorm to kill another Lurker, but yeah, it's going to come down to really whether those Queens can run in and pick some units off. And it looks like some Utilisks on patrol, even there at the 3 o'clock. Greater Spire, wow. To, I assume, get some Guardians and get some Devourers, so that the transportation problem, those Reavers are not going to be able to pick off. And just sick, I guess, of shuttles getting out there at all. And it's going to come down to some nice Psystorm. And honestly, if Shine plays this really well, runs in, Broodlings the High Templar before they can get that Psystorm off, if those are in fact Guardians, basically there's not going to be there's nothing that's going to be able to stop those units. And again, I think the solution to them was again Corsairs and having the upgrades. And it looks like we are going to see Guardians coming out to that 9 o'clock. I don't see any High Templar, and actually they got a really good spread to work against this. To just whittle these cannons down. There's one Psystorm, but it looks like it's only hitting a Guardian apiece. Only taking out one Guardian for 2 Psystorms. That's very cost effective for him. Still 3 Guardians in the air, just pounding those cannons down. And maybe if he can funnel, he's got to flee those Reavers out there. Maybe if he can get a shuttle out in the air, cycle them back, and get some Psystorm there at the 3 o'clock, he'll be able to do it. But with that Parasite, could be tough. Actually, it looks like the Queen's just going to sit there idly by. What are you getting paid for? You're fed for something. Go up and attack. Go up and get some Swarm. Do I don't know, Parasite. I don't care. But it looks like actually Shine going to be able to stick in this match just by the combination of late game units. Looks like, okay, now we're going to see some clever shuttle play with High Templar, and I do think this is the first time I've ever seen High Templar shuffled in and out of shuttles. And used in this way. I think it's very important actually that it keeps these High Templar alive, because it's, again, elimination game based on resources, just a flat resources. But now we're seeing a pretty sizable Zealot Archon attack force that has been gathered up. Looks like more Parasites. Yeah, just looks like all these Archons. I guess that's it. Parasite. What's the point of that? Okay, you can go up and Broodling something. It's so much better than Parasite. Parasite's not cool at all. You just, oh look, I can see the Protoss army. Doesn't mean I can stop it. Doesn't mean I can actually engage it with my Scourge and Zerglings. Yeah, you need Broodling, buddy. It doesn't work against Archons, unfortunately, and I think that's been his dilemma up to this stage. But it does work against High Templar. Okay, able to Parasite the shuttle. Maybe he was just so concerned he wanted to make sure he parasited that shuttle. And he's like, okay, I need to make sure I parasite that shuttle, because otherwise I'm going to lose another 900 drones in this match. But Violet finally making his move, moving with a large Zealot Archon High Templar attack force. And again, I don't think Shine has enough to stop it. I don't think he's got the gas. He used what gas he had on Queens to parasite stuff, rather than building, I guess, Ultralisks. I'm not sure that Ultralisks would really stop this attack force here, but he does have, okay, it looks like he is going to be able to trap some of this in. Big attack, and whoever wins this fight here is going to end up winning. Reavers are really going to be the key here. It looks like the Reavers are staying alive. They are able to do some damage. The Reavers need to be very careful about that Broodling should the Queens go in, but it looks like the Psystorm and the Ensnare actually really making those Archons ineffective against those Hydralisks. Even more so than usual, but it looks like Violet actually won that fight fairly considerably, and I don't think that Shine can replenish his attack force at all. I don't think he's got enough resources to get the units back out. Oh, able to get a shuttle, though. I don't know whether he had any Reavers, how many Reavers he had then or not. I think he had one Reaver. I think he was able to dump one, though. And the Queen's coming back out to that 9 o'clock. I do like that use of of ensnare on the Archons to make them absolutely worthless units. They're just sitting there, just getting hit. But it looks like some more ensnare to try to slow that down. Finally, a broodling in there, but it looks like the Zealot's just going to start moving down, pressing down that shuttle very slow. You can see it just kind of, and the nice little lurker build trick to try to block off that 9 o'clock and engage, get a plague off on all those Archons. That'll show them, and but able to get those Zealots as well. Ninja Scarab right there is like, I'm not going to have any of this.